We know that one of the biggest things, Ty, for our industry right now is businesses are looking at that competitive edge. And today, for many of my friends who are following me on LinkedIn, I want to talk to you, my CPAs, my tax accountants, my bookkeepers. Ty, they need to look for new opportunities to keep their clients happy. They want to create competitive advantages over competitors. And more importantly, Ty, they just know that their clients need something and they need something that can actually make their business more successful. So, Ty, I'm so excited that we're coming together with One Global and what you've been doing literally in decades of your career to really help us get that competitive advantage.
I have the answer for you, Shar. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody has to file taxes. Everybody needs a bookkeeper CPA, but so much of this AI world is now generating solutions for you, right? For the first time, in my business journey, I instead of using a bookkeeper, I downloaded QuickBooks and I had QuickBooks determine like my bookkeeping and my P&L and everything like that because they have an AI tool and it seemed convenient to do that, right? But what we know is that there's a lot more AI solutions out there now. There's a lot more reasons to do it yourself. And so, not just bookkeepers, but or CPAs or professionals. I think tax professionals will always kind of be secure, but not just these individuals. A lot of industries are facing, how do I step up and offer something to make people use me to ensure that I have customer retention to be competitive? And
Right.
I think that one of the things that CPAs have the fortune of doing is that they know their clients' books inside and out, right? They can see profits, they can see losses. They talk to their clients. The client says, "I want to buy a building this year," or I want to buy our building this year and move into it," or "I want to, reduce my debt." Or the CPA might say, "Well, you're paying a lot of interest. Like, how can we change some of this stuff?" So CPAs have that intimate financial relationship with their clients. And when those conversations come up, I want to refinance my debt. I need to extend my line of credit. I want to invest in a new business. I want to buy the business building that I'm in. This is your opportunity not to just say, "That's a good idea. Here's what the numbers would look like," or "Here's what would do." This is your opportunity to say, "Well, you know what? Let me put you in touch with somebody to know. I'll give you an introduction. I'll give you a warm referral to a contact I have." And we're that contact. We are the contact. We're the opportunity for you. Any financial need that your client has to come to us and say, "One Global, Ty, Charlene, I have a client. They're looking for any one of these things. Can you help?" And the answer is always going to be yes, right? Because we're good at what we do and we have all of the relationships in the market for every financial product, except your primary residence. But we even have a solution for that as well. But we can now support for every business, every person's journey, whether they're individual looking to get into business or business looking to scale. So you as a CPA want to know how to retain those clients, how to offer something different, how to be competitive in the marketplace. Don't just stop short of giving your clients financial advice. Offer them an introduction to execute on whatever you are telling them or whatever they would like to do. And we are that execution.
Well, and Ty, I think a lot of times CPAs, you guys are critical. Like I love Rachel, I love the team at Go Figure. They're critical for that piece. The problem is if you're not really looking at the strategies to help your client's company grow, that's the disadvantage. And so, Ty, this is such a pivotal component, especially with just how the market is and where people are trying to look for that next savings, that next strategy, that next increase. Ty, you're providing the one thing that may be out of a CPA's reach today because they were just doing the basics.
Exactly. Your client wants a relationship. They want to know, when I come to you, that you aren't solving just this problem, but you're solving my other problems that I didn't think you could solve or that I didn't know I had. And if you as a CPA can step in and say, "Listen, I can help you with this, this, and this," and extend the expectation or the vertical, what are you doing? You are under promising and over delivering, right? You are saying, "Hey, I'm more than just your CPA. I'm your success partner. I'm your relationship manager, and I want to get you beyond this. I want your next year's books and the books after that to be even better, but I'm not just going to tell you what you should do. I'm going to introduce you to people who can help you do it." And so that extension of that life cycle, that extension of that customer journey with your client is what will allow them to say, "You know what? I might have to pay $100 more to work with Charlene. I might have to, but my CPA has my best interest at heart. They believe in me and my business, and they have the resources to help." Now, I will say this: we are not asking you to learn what we do or the product. You hear the word capital, You just make the introduction. We get on a call, we do that warm, okay, tell us what you're looking for. And most times we also send them back and say, okay, here's the plan, here's what we can do, here's how you can achieve your goal. Check with your CPA, make sure that they're okay and they're on board with it. You get to bless it. And then we help that customer fulfill whatever their needs are, whatever their vision is. And now, for our CPAs, we are also able to say, you know what are your goals as the CPA? What are you trying to accomplish? Maybe you go to a conference with Charlene in Vegas and we buy the tickets. Maybe we end up sending you something for your office that helps your bookkeeper and your other team members benefit from their hard work and extending this line. We look for ways to partner with our CPAs so that they feel valued and they understand that what they're doing isn't just helping their clients, but we're helping you do that job effectively.
Exactly. And guys, as you look at what your growth goals are, I'm sure taxes is really a great indicator of what you need to do more of and do less of. So those decisions today as a business owner, you should go back to your CPA and say, is there some planning? Is there some growth strategies? Is there a way for us to look outside of the box that normally is checking the box to make sure that your receipts are in and all of these things are happening? Because really that's what Ty is doing here at One Global. We really look at the company as a whole. And our goal is to say, CPA, in true partnership, your client trusts you to say, these are the things that can move the needle forward and help you get to that next level of growth. And Ty, I think a lot of people don't look at their taxes that way traditionally. They always look at it as, oh, I don't want to spend more doing this next year. And I'm like, well, that number tells you something. What does it tell you to do? And what does it tell you to stop doing?
Taxes sometimes come back to bite you in the ass, because where we try to reduce the amount of money we make and then have zero on the taxes, for people who are going to buy a business, it's not a good strategy, because then it shows, well, where are you going to get this from? How are you able to support a new business? So taxes are critical. Taxes are super important. It's where you look and you kind of, like Charlene said, find the numbers and find the story and figure out the strategy. It's in your taxes. Beyond your taxes, your P&L, your balance sheet, all of those types of things come together for you to understand, okay, well, what's the future of my business? Or what would I like to eventually in my 5-year plan get to? Or how do I start structuring my exit? All of these are things that lay in there, and this determines the strategy forward, or gives you at least a starting point.
Exactly. So Ty, again, what's the best way for them to connect with you, have a conversation, and just really think about not only their business as a CPA, but more importantly, the clients that they work with? What's the best way for them to just kind of have a conversation?
There's a hidden link on our website. If you go to oneglobalfinancing.com, it tells you how to fill out applications and all that stuff. There's a button in the middle that says book a call. It's under the real estate section. But if you click on that button, anyone can book a call. It comes directly on my calendar. And then we get to talk a little bit about whatever you want to talk about. But if you're a CPA looking at this, it's your opportunity to say, okay, you know what? I'm a CPA. I've got, 300-400 clients. How can we work together so that I keep 100% of those clients? Or how can we collaborate together so that I can actually extend the value proposition that I have to my clients? And we'll have a quick chat. There's no obligation. There's no fees involved, none of that stuff.
Well, I appreciate that. And Ty, sometimes, you know what, it takes having a conversation with someone who's not in your business because you're not so close to the problem, that you really need someone else to actually help you do that, because you guys are so good at what you do, and yet you're too close to it that you can't see the growth and the opportunity. So Ty, thank you again. And One Global Financing, what a fantastic team and an organization that really helps many of us grow in our business. Thanks, Ty.
Thanks, Shar.